Alright, so this is day one of part three, because I originally went for the first 18 days, then I stopped, restarted again 2 days ago, then I stopped, didn't record a video last night, and actually deleted the first day one. I don't know why I did that. I should have left it up, because that would have been more authentic, just to show all my failures. But anyways, it is Friday, August 21st at 8:56 p.m. I should be going to bed soon, but I did just find out that one of the phones I bought for $4 is working. So I'm gonna start recording my videos on this, and I'm gonna use this phone for music only. Well, that's kind of cool. Actually, now that I think about it, I already set guidelines because I have already determined that I don't need another phone. I don't need to listen to music. I don't need to record all of my videos on this phone and upload them to YouTube via a phone. I have a laptop right here. So something just buzzed like a notification. I don't know what that was. Oh. It's my dad's old phone. That's kind of funny. Anyways, now I kind of lost track. I lost track of what I was saying. Yeah, I don't need another phone. I mean, it is nice to have another phone because I currently have everything blocked on the phone that I carry with me every single day. And, I mean, yeah, I have it blocked for a reason because I use and abuse it if it's unblocked. So, if I need to unblock an app, I have to walk a mile that way through like the wilderness because I hid it, so I don't have easy access to it. And it works pretty well. But currently I have every single known source of dopamine blocked on my phone because every single known source of dopamine, I somehow find a way to abuse it. So the only thing I use my phone for is like the weather and contacting people. And email and stuff like that. And I still somehow sometimes find ways to abuse it. So yeah. Okay, now we can dig into my list. Okay. First little small thing I want to address is the act of starting is always harder than doing. And I just proved this to myself. Well, I actually just learned about this in a book that I was just reading. But anyways, the act of starting to read that book was the hardest thing ever. I've been procrastinating starting reading that book for the past 3 days, and I literally just sat down after almost procrastinating again. I sat down and read 25 pages. So yeah, I mean, I feel good that I read 25 pages. Yes, I could have read more, but 25 pages is 25 more than I've read in the past, probably since 2026 started. So, a long time. Anyways, yeah, the act of starting is always harder than the act of continuing. And I notice that a lot in when I'm actually working and actually completing things. The hardest part was to sit down and start completing them. And if you make the start as frictionless as possible, I mean, you're pretty much just setting yourself up for success. So, yeah, that's why I find it so easy to get hooked back in to dopamine consumption because it it's so natural for me to just kind of unconsciously start scrolling. And once I start scrolling, I don't stop scrolling because I fought myself so hard to not start that when I start, I'm just out of energy to fight myself more. If you get what I'm kind of saying. Anyways, I've got about 5 minutes to finish this, so I'm gonna kind of rush a little bit. Talk about the guilt and shame stemming from a lack of my proper communication. Yeah. So, yeah, today I woke up at 11 o'clock in the morning, and immediately I just felt a bunch of guilt. Okay, I'm not even talking about the right thing. I was, so I'm on a baseball team for college, and I just got a walk-on spot like a few days ago, and, well, not a few days ago, like a week and a half ago. It doesn't really matter. Anyways, I ended up injuring my arm, so I don't know the next steps. Anyways, well, I'm not 100% sure on what step I want to take. Okay, I really just rambled on, and I just wasted the past minute and a half doing nothing. Hold on, let me reset. Anyways, yeah, so my coach, well, I had messaged my coach today. I had gotten on the phone with him, and I had told him that I was going to come on campus today, and I wanted to talk to him and talk to the athletic trainer. And we had determined that I was going to do that. Oh, and also pick up some books, because that was my original excuse to even get on campus. So, anyways, I wasn't able to pick up the books just because I hadn't pre-ordered them. I didn't know you had to do that. Anyways, yeah, so I didn't pre-order my books, and that kind of screwed me, but I just ran out of reasons to go to campus. So instead of communicating that right away with my coach, I kind of just let it sit, and I was hoping that he would kind of forget about it. Anyways, he didn't forget about it, and he texted me at about 2:15, and I said I was going to be there at 3. And he's like, "You still come to campus?" And then I just made up some bullshit about, excuse my language, I just made up some bullshit about, like, I don't remember. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. But just the guilt and shame around not properly communicating that with him just ate away at me the rest of the day. And I just felt terrible. What else do we have? Yeah, so this loops in with my next thing. So I felt so terrible from this guilt and shame of my lack of communication skills that it put me in a bad position and made me unconsciously guide myself towards comfort and eliminating anything with even the slightest inconvenience. Gosh, I already wrote this all out. Anyways, so what that means is it made everything harder to start. And when things are hard to start, nothing gets done because I don't start anything. But once I start, I continue to do. So I never started anything, and I never wanted to start anything. All I wanted to do was just avoid anything that didn't come to me like that I didn't have to fight myself to start. So what do I typically not have to fight myself to start? Scrolling, wasting time, doing jack, eating like shit, all of that, all of the above. Anything that's terrible for you is really easy to start. So that's why That's why everything that's terrible for you is so addicting. Okay, I'm running out of time here. I don't even really need to talk about that because, well, I got like a minute. Anyways, um, yeah, I'm so attached to baseball because it's always been something that I can like rely on and have fun with, but I'm struggling to give it up and I keep wanting to like not give it up because I have nothing else to replace it with. There's no other sports that I truly love as much as baseball, and there's no other things that I love to do as much as I love baseball. Like normal things that I love to do are like down here, and baseball's all the way up here. And it's not even like I have something right here that I can eventually build up to meet the level of love that I have for baseball. It's just baseball here and things are right here. So it's going to be so much harder to fill that void because I have the void that's like right here. And that's why I've been struggling to give up baseball so much. But with my injury, oh, yeah, that's what I was talking about. With my injury, I think it's just the proper thing to do. I think some decisions in life suck to make, but unfortunately, they're the right decisions. And I think the right decision right now is to quit my baseball team. Even though I fought so hard. But I don't want to get surgery. I can't handle it right now. And I think you just have to move on at some point. And I think unfortunately this is the point to move on. So, yeah. Anyways, notes from today. Start. Just start. No matter how hard. Fight yourself to start. And then to continue going is going to always be easier. I'll see you guys tomorrow.